If you believe positive thinking doesn't work, you're right. But if you believe it does work, you're also right. Here's why. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to the channel. And if you're here for the first time, thank you for joining. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. So some people are cynical about positive thinking. In fact, I've heard people actually say this stuff doesn't work. And you know what? They're right, because that's their belief, and beliefs shape reality. If you believe positive thinking doesn't work, it won't. You'll go through life half-heartedly, expecting things to fail, and they will. Not because positive thinking is a myth, but because you've already decided it won't work for you. But for those who truly believe in the power of positive thinking, life reflects their expectation. They see proof in their daily experiences. So who's right? Both are. I have two examples of this. I remember a friend of mine who used to listen to a particular newscaster that he liked. Now, this newscaster one day spoke about therapy and how it's very beneficial, and everyone at some point in their life should definitely try, therapy as a treatment. Well, my friend was skeptical, but decided to go to a therapist anyway to try it out. Afterwards, he mentioned how the therapy session was a waste of time and how it doesn't work. Now, I didn't say anything to him, but the truth is, he went to the session with the wrong intention. He was intending to go to a therapy session to prove it didn't work. Because why? Because he didn't believe in it in the first place. So he was right. And here's another example. Some time ago, I planned to get laser eye surgery, and a coworker was considering it also. And she kept researching complications and focused on everything that could possibly go wrong, ultimately deciding that she wasn't going to get it. I focused on the thousands of success stories, and I chose to move forward with the procedure. She was right. Her negative thoughts, based on fear, kept her from the procedure. And I was right. My belief in a positive outcome led to great results. And in the end, despite our different viewpoints, we had the same results. We proved our expectations true because we believed in the outcomes we focused on. This all comes down to one law, the law of attraction. It's a universal principle, and it's as real as the law of gravity. But the vast majority of us were not taught about the law of attraction. It's a simple law, and it says like attracts like. If you focus on negativity, you will attract more of it. And if you focus on positivity, you attract more of that. And you also create opportunities, solutions, and healing. It's simple. You get more of what you focus on. And here's where it gets interesting. Most people already practice the law of attraction. They just do it unconsciously and in a negative direction. For example, have you ever noticed that when people expect things to go wrong, they usually do? They say things like, I knew that wasn't going to work. But if you can manifest negative outcomes through expectation, why wouldn't the same principle apply to positive ones? It really does. I've experienced this firsthand. I once had severe pain, and instead of surrendering to it, I made a conscious decision to focus my mind on healing. I asked for guidance on what I needed to do to help myself. Within a week, two different people, completely unrelated, recommended this exact same remedy. I paid attention to that synchronicity and followed through, and within a couple of weeks, my pain was gone. Now let's think about that. Did my body simply heal on its own? Maybe. But why did the right people show up at the right time with the exact advice I needed? That was not a coincidence. That was the law of attraction in action. And here's the key: I didn't just wish for healing, I expected it. I didn't focus on the pain, I focused on the solution. And that's not always an easy thing to do. I understand that. But nevertheless, that's how it works. Now, I understand some people try positive thinking and they say, well, I thought positively and nothing changed. That's because it's not just about thinking happy thoughts. It's about shifting your entire mindset and truly believing in what you want. But here's what most people do: they do one or more of these three things. They try positive thinking for a day or two, but then they slip back into doubt. Or they focus more on what's missing than on what they want to attract. Or lastly, they unknowingly cancel out their positive thoughts with negative self talk. Positive thinking isn't about ignoring reality or pretending problems don't exist. It's about creating your reality. It's about choosing to see solutions instead of limitations. It's about expecting the best even before you see evidence of it. And that takes practice. Yes. Shifting from negative to positive thinking is not instantaneous. It's a process. If you've spent years with a negative mindset, you can't expect to flip a switch overnight. Think of it like going to the gym. You don't do one workout and suddenly have a fit body. You train consistently and over time you begin to see the transformation. So it's the same with your thoughts. Start by catching your negative thoughts, replace them with empowering ones. Visualize what you want instead of worrying about what you don't want. Celebrate small wins to reinforce positive expectations. And most importantly, enjoy the process. Because here's the truth: you have the power to change your life. At the end of the day, your mindset determines your reality. You can choose to believe positive thinking doesn't work, and you'll be right. Or you can choose to believe that it does work. And over time, watch as your life begins to shift in amazing ways. Your happiness, your success, your peace of mind, it's all in your hands. You are up to you. So, what do you choose to believe? Believe in the power of positivity. Thank you for watching. Blessings. Have a wonderful day. Bye. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. And remember, tap that notifications bell so you'll be notified when I post new content.